year olds can participate in line tracker kind of robot systems, wheeled robot systems. They also do various sports then. Now, I'm going to talk more about the Eurocup competition. Eurocup is a very interesting competition that I founded in 2002. And one of the ideas is that it doesn't make sense to develop a humanoid robot system if you only have a single task in mind. Then it's always more efficient and cheaper and faster to develop a single purpose solution. So if you want to deliver mail in an office, then you would build something with wheels and a little tray, and it can do a much better job than a humanoid robot could with navigating through the office. Or if you want to clean the windows, then you build something with suction cups and a wiper, and it would do a good job cleaning the windows. Or if you want to vacuum your apartment, then you build something like a Roomba robot vacuum cleaner that you can already buy nowadays fairly cheaply. So the humanoid robot, in my view, only makes sense, humanoid shape only makes sense if you want to do many different tasks. If you want to have a single robot that can do all of these things, then a humanoid robot is useful. Also, it's useful because it would have to navigate in a world that's built for humans. So there's another argument to say that if you want to closely interact with humans, then you need to have similar morphology as humans in order to move through the world efficiently. I think it's also true, though, for the animal kingdom. If you think about humans, then we're not really the best at anything. We're not the fastest runners. Cheetahs can run at 80 kilometers per hour, and you don't even hear them. We cannot climb as well as monkeys. We cannot swim as well as dolphins. So we're not really the best at anything. The only thing that human shape is really unique is that even though we're not the best, we're in the top 5 of almost everything. So we're not really super specialized for any particular task, but we can climb a lot better than a dolphin, and we can swim a lot better than a monkey could. And that's what I think is special about the human shape. So for Eurocup, it is a decathlon of sports events where a single humanoid robot must compete in many different events. And that makes it a very interesting system design problem when you think about it, because, for example, the Eurocup includes a sprint and a marathon. So for the sprint, you need to run 3 meters forward and backwards. I will show you the video. So this is the sprint event. Eight, teams. Now we have a false start, so they have to get pulled back. The robot has to walk forward 3 meters and backwards 3 meters. And now they're off to the races. 3 meters forwards without turning around. They have to move backwards. One nice thing about using sports as a benchmark problem for AI is that we can actually measure progress very easily. So the world record for this was about a minute in 2015, a minute 10. And in 2019 it was 25 seconds. So you can sort of see how the robots get better, faster, more accurate over time. Now for this event, it is clear, since you only need to run for 30 seconds and you want to run as quickly as possible, you want to have a battery that is as light as possible. Right? For the marathon, which takes place outdoors, there you need to run 400 meters. Because you're not allowed to change the battery, you want to have a big battery so that you have enough power. So now you need to find one solution that is not the best for sprint, not the best for marathon, but good enough to be able to do both of them. So it becomes a very interesting system design problem where you're constantly thinking about what the weakest link is in your robot, where you score the least amount of points and why, and then try and improve that without hurting performance in the other categories, in the other events. The events in EuroCup include sprint, marathon, obstacle run, basketball, weightlifting, triple jump, soccer, the Spartan race, the mini DRC, and weightlifting. So let's have a look at weightlifting. There we didn't just want to measure the power of the shoulder joints, but we also wanted to be a more interesting challenge. There's sort of three things that we focus on when doing research with our humanoid robots. One is the whole problem of walking on two legs, active balancing, push recovery, walking over uneven surfaces. And weightlifting is actually part of that, because as you can see here, first the robot has to recognize the bar, walk up to the bar, and then pick it up. So now it has to walk 50 centimeters forward with the bar low. So first the walk, now the walk, but the center of mass has changed because the robot has to carry a heavy weight. Now it needs to lift the weight above the head and walk another 50 centimeters. So now the center of mass of the robot has changed drastically. It's much higher now, so you can see that the robot needs to adapt its walking gait in order to not fall over. Otherwise, if you use the same walk as before, it would just fall over. And we also have the Spartan race where the robot has to climb a ladder. Here's one project that I liked, where we have the robots, two robots, communicate with each other and mapping out the environment. So they're walking. This was one of our first humanoid robots. You can see that we actually use a Nokia mobile phone as the brain of the robot. So it includes the camera and the processor. And the first robot starts walking and then looks in the world around it, trying to find where the obstacles are, and then communicates that map to the second robot after it is started. So after a while, the two robots are exploring the environment. And another problem, instead of balancing, another interesting problem for humanoid robots is that of motion planning. Because you have so many degrees of freedom, there's many different ways of approaching it. And for many tasks, it's impossible to pre-program all the motions that you may have to do. So here the robot has to look at the wall, and then he walks up, and then he starts to climb the wall. So he needs to figure out which foot and hand holes it can actually reach, and then consider a path for climbing up in order to reach the top of this climbing wall. So this is actually a nice project that I really liked. I did that together with students from the University of Dortmund, Düsseldorf. Yeah, no, Dortmund. Unfortunately, I don't have any videos of the marathon, but that one is also quite exciting. And our current project, the most interesting one, is we're now trying to get our humanoid robot Thormang to actually drive a Gogoro e-scooter. So here you can see how the robot is trying to balance the scooter. That is also a very difficult, very challenging problem. So first we want to be able to drive in a straight line, and secondly we want to be able to pass the Taiwanese driver's license test for scooters. And in order to be able to do that, just so that you can see how difficult that is, we developed a little scooter game that you can play in your browser. And if you succeed, you can actually get a fake driver's license. So here you can see I can try and drive the scooter, and the first part of the scooter test is to balance more than 7 seconds. and then in this case I passed it, and if you enter your name, then you can start getting your whole driver's license test. And this is actually a physically accurate simulation of our Thormang robot. If you look at it, you can see the Thormang robot. And I also talked about the magic show and the fact that we have robots doing different magic tricks. So here's an example of our magic show.
Welcome everyone, I am Thormang. Today I am going to show you a magic trick that I have learned recently. As you can see, there are 3 paper bags in front of me. Later, I will put this wooden piece with a sharp nail into one of the paper bags, and then swap around the position of the bags to make sure we won't find out if the bag is empty by feeling the weight. So I prepared 2 wooden bases without nails. Student, please help me put these 2 wooden bases in the 2 paper bags and close it.
So the research goal here is detection and manipulation of soft and formable objects. Because the paper bag is not solid, so you cannot just squeeze it.
Student, please ask an audience member to examine the nail and make sure it's real.
So this is the first time that we do identifying
the
stuff.
nail is indeed real? Okay, thank you. Student, please place the nail inside the last bag and close it. And everyone, please pay attention and remember which bag contains the nail. Now, I need another volunteer. Thank you for volunteering. Now, do you remember which bag contains the nail?
We're now going to shuffle them, but the robot, because it has very fine vision, it can detect where the bag is placed.
He is one, right? To make sure that I want to be able to know which bag contains the nail, the student will start swapping the bags around. When I say start, the student will begin, and volunteer. You can shout out stop anytime you want.
So you just need to say stop.
Let's start.
Stop.
Okay, now I need some time to feel where the nail is.
因为我们老师他是动作，然后其实我们只有1个礼拜时间可以做这个魔术，所以我们先让机器人知道说一定会在中间。因为刚刚你看到是在中间没错嘛，那就麻烦等一下的时候帮我们讲说会有。
OK。
对，选择的时候，因为他等下问说哪一个袋子里面没有那个针，以前一定没有填你，然后他会让老师去按这个没有填你的袋子，所以待会一定不要选中间。
Oh, I am 100% sure where the nail is, so I would like to play something much more interesting. Jackie. As the supervisor of your lab, do you believe in my talent and your students' ability?
Not so much my students' ability, but their hope to graduate.
Oh, I am happy to hear that. Since you pressed out so much, we can raise the stakes. How about we use your hand to press down on the paper bag?
I'm not so sure about that. It was supposed to be Green's hand, not my hand.
Please give me your hand, Jackie.
Okay?
Volunteer. Choose a bag you think there's no nail inside. Left, right, or middle. Choose wisely. We wouldn't want to nail Professor
Is it right or
right?
Left.
Okay, left.
네. 유주라고 하면 돼.
Jackie, don't be a bit nervous, don't you trust me? I am the only hope of graduation for your students. They won't disappoint you, trust me. Hey, volunteer, what's your next choice? Left or right?
Right.
Okay, right.
What just happened?
Finish your Googling.
Okay. Just a glitch.
Okay, this one?
Yes.
But I don't think this one is safe. Jackie, can you trust me?
No, not really, no. Just remove it.
Why? I only made one mistake.
Yeah, but you see my other
Give me another chance.
I only have 2 hands.
Well,
We forgot to put the cap on. That's the problem.
yeah, not you. Don't get that scared. I know what I'm doing. So, you might be really curious where the actual man is, right? Jackie, please help me to check what is in the bag.
So this magic show I think is a very good test bed for the third aspect of humanoid robot research, human-robot interaction. You can see, to be a successful magician, you need to interact well with the audience, which means you need to be able to understand speech, you need to be able to generate speech. For example, it wouldn't make much sense for the robot to say, please pick up the bag at X location 0.3 meters, Y location 0.6 meters, Z location 0.8 meters, because even though that may be correct, no human would be able to figure out where that is. The robot needs to be able to say something, the right bag, the left bag, the bag on the table, the bag beside the book, something like that. And it also needs to be able to generate gestures and also understand gestures, so that if people are pointing at things, they can the robot understands which object was currently selected. Now, this particular trick, we had some fun with the fact that I don't really speak Chinese, so the student basically tells the audience that, my professor thinks we're using some advanced AI, but really we only put the bag in the middle because otherwise we can't graduate. So please don't choose the bag in the middle. Then there's a fake crash and everybody thinks I'm going to get my hand punctured. So they're all excited. You may have noticed that none of them actually tried to save my hand. But then the spike magically moves. So that's quite a nice trick. Actually helped us win the magic show last year as well. Good. So that's it as far as my introduction is concerned, and the research that I'm working on. For the course page, we use the Discord server at the moment. You found all of that one. And before we start the introductions, most of the course will be done using the Python programming language, and I'll give a little introduction to Python. But Python in itself is quite a nice language, but what makes Python really powerful is that there's a lot of additional libraries that are high performance, high quality. So to download all of those extra libraries and install them can be quite tricky, because you need to work out which version of that library, which version of Python OpenCV goes with NumPy, things like that. So it is better to actually download a Python distribution, the Anaconda Python distribution, which is everything bundled together already, Python plus all of the libraries. So for the course, that's what you want to, that's what you want to install. No, I cannot. And then this will bring you to the Anaconda, the Continuum.io Anaconda page, and then here you can download the Anaconda distribution for your system. Just go with the default one, Python 3.8. Make sure you don't download the Python 2 version. And there is installers for Windows, Mac OS, or Linux. So whatever you're running on your system, you can install it. Now the download will take a little bit of time, so I suggest you start downloading now, while we move on and now hear from your classmates to do their introduction. So let's see where I have that. Okay, so that was it about myself. I would say Jackie Baltes, university background, UFC, PhD from UFC, and then University of Auckland, University of Manitoba, and NTNU. NTNU programming experience 30 plus years, Python, C++. So in the last 6 months, what I programmed in actually was Python, Go, TypeScript, and Kotlin. Do I know Java? Yes. Professional level hobbies, various sports, trying to learn Chinese, unsuccessful so far, and I think AI is most interesting open problem in science. So this would be my answers. Of course, you want to give your own answers. So I will simply go through the list in order. So A09, please unmute your microphone and introduce yourself. So EE09, if you could please introduce yourself to the class and me. Hello, I can see your video, but right now you're muted. Now you're unmuted. No? No, not yet. Hello, hello. Hello?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, now I can hear you very well.
Yeah, I think it's the setting of the. I need to use the shortcut key for the mic.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry for that. My bachelor degree is graduated from City University of Hong Kong. And I have a few years of programming experience, but it was a long time ago, so I don't remember exactly what are the programming languages I used. But I remember I did use Visual C++, Visual Basic, SQL, and I think also maybe Java or some object-oriented language. And my final year project was flight scheduling.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, and I also tried HTML briefly by using some online resources. And last semester, I took the short course in NKUST for PHP and App Inventor. And my hobby, I like rock climbing. So actually, I was quite surprised to see the robot that showed us it could do rock climbing on a wall. So it's quite surprising for me. And I also like traveling and watching documentary, all kinds of documentary. And why I took this course is because I'm interested in robots and AI and also neuroscience in human. And I also always dream of taking part in a robot competition. That's why I really want to take the chance to take this course.
Okay, good. Yep, thank you very much. Then next, JC, please start your video and introduce yourself.
Can you hear my voice?
Yep, I can hear you.
Okay.
You can also start your camera. Hello?
Okay.
Yep. Hello.
Okay. Well, teacher, my name is Zhang Jiaxin. I graduated at Kaohsiung University, Technology of Science, of Technology and Science. And I have probably learning C and D++, just for base. Yes. And I know Python language, but not very professional yet. My hobby is I like mountain climbing and I try to learning some English and Japanese. Yes. And
Okay.
I want to take this course because the AI is very interesting and I want to learning AI to some problem in science. Yes.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, teacher.
Then next up we have Junqian. Introduce yourself. So Junqian, please start your video and introduce yourself. Hello? You are unmuted now, but I cannot hear you. Make sure you didn't enable push to talk. Okay, you're muted now, so try and unmute. Yes, okay, good. And talk. Maybe try and restart Discord. Sometimes that fixes it. Okay. Well, you're unmuted now. Okay. So Junqian has some problems. Then type your answers into the artificial intelligence channel. If you cannot talk, you can also send a message with your answers, so you can give your name, university background, and so on. So I don't actually have any settings. Yeah, Junxian, please write in the artificial intelligence channel. Okay, I think I can see you're typing. C#, good. Yes. And your hobbies? Okay. What message should I just get? Watching movies. Okay, nice. So in the meantime, for everybody else, I posted a poll. So I'm a good Python programmer. If you think so, then react with thumbs up. If you think this statement does not apply to you, if you don't think you're a good Python programmer, then select thumbs down as a reaction. But yes, okay. Okay. Want to learn Python and AI in this class? Okay, good. Then next up is Cool, KUL. Start your video and introduce yourself. Yeah, okay, I can see you. Hello. But I cannot. You're muted. You're unmuted now. No. Now you deafened yourself, which means you cannot hear anything anymore. Okay. Still muted. Try it without the external microphone. Now I can hear you. Yes.
Hello.
Yeah. Hello. I can hear you.
Okay, thanks. Professor, my name is Lin Guanyan. I am graduated from the NKUST. My programming experience is I know is C# and C and C++ and in my college. And I know Python, but I still study. And my hobby is I like to watch the YouTube channel and visit. And that's why I want to take this course. Because I'm not really know what is AI, so I studied it.
Okay, good.
Okay, thanks.
Yep, thank you.
Thank you.
Next up. Yeah, hello.
Okay, hello teacher.
Yeah.
My name is Cai Nonghan, and I graduated from Tsinghua University Electrical Engineering. My programming experience is C#, and I know Python, but not very well. And my hobby is watching YouTube channel and sports.
Dance.
Then why I want to take this? But I want to learn some AI law, and I want to learn Python in AI at this class.
Okay, yeah. Okay, good.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you. So next. Please introduce yourself. Yeah.
Hello.
Hello. Yeah, I can hear you.
My name is Xie Yuanxin. I welcome to Ogu University of Science and Technology, and I program is C. And I know Python, but I don't. I just heard. And my hobby is swimming, and I'm trying to learn English.
Okay.
Why I take this time? Because I want to know what is AI. That's all.
Okay, thank you. Oh, swimming is good. I like swimming too, but I'm not very fast. Okay, thank you. Okay, good. So that finishes the introductions. Now I want to take a 5-minute break so that we can get up and walk around a little bit. And then we will continue with the introduction to Python. So continue at 10:50. Tomorrow, because tomorrow I'm actually busy, so we have to move the classes from tomorrow to 4 weeks from now, which should be 22nd, 23rd. Okay, so next class today at 6 p.m. on Discord. So we will move the classes from tomorrow to October 22nd, 23rd. So any questions so far? Okay, good. Then bye-bye for you now. Enjoy your lunch. And we have to decide 22nd, 23rd, exactly what times. I'm actually, maybe we move it to Friday and then we would move it to morning and evening. So let me know if you're not free at that time, and we will find a time where everybody's available. Okay. But tonight we continue at 6 p.m. Okay. So bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye bye.